Alright, boys. Today we'll be looking at the movesets, skill sets, kit, whatever you want to call it, from the slime units that have been data mined months ago when we initially got the information that there is going to be a slime rerun. But yeah, it's a little older. The units have changed. Demon Lord Rimuru is still part of it though. So we'll be taking a look at them and then we'll see, maybe we can make out what they actually want to do with this collab and with the units. And I have another idea that could be pretty interesting, but we'll have to see. The ad image is only showing Shuna and Rimuru, which is only 2 new units, but it's the same at KOF. They only came back with 2 new units, Terry and Iori. But the rest was still the old ones. So we'll have to see. Hopefully they make the free one. I don't really care actually. I'm gonna assume the free one they're gonna give us is going to be Rimuru, the old one, because we're getting a Demon Lord Rimuru, so like might as well. But we'll see. Anyway, let's take a look. So, oh, Shuna is not in these files, by the way. That's why I opened up this, because I want to talk about what I think Shuna might be able to do, because I think Shuna's either going to be a purely defensive unit or a purely offensive unit. So, we'll see. Anyway, so let's start off with the other 2 that aren't in the game. So, we have Veldora and we have Shion. Those were the other 2 that were supposed to come with Rimuru initially. That's what they had in the files. And they're all unknown, by the way, even Rimuru. Well, sorta. Rimuru is, you'll see. Anyway, let's start with Shion, because Shion's actually really interesting. They're all interesting. Veldora's broken, but sadly we didn't get Veldora. They probably wanted to have Veldora, and then they couldn't because of licensing issues. And then Shion, I don't know. Shion must have some sort of issue too, because in Epic 7 they collab with Slime, and they also had Shuna over Shion there as well. Which I like. I like Shuna a lot more than I do Shion, but Shion I think gets more sales. Let's be honest here. Right? She has nice assets, right? So Shion, Race Unknown, passive is very interesting, but I think that the reason why we don't have this anymore is because of dark typing. Because the hero always inflicts attribute advantage damage and doesn't receive attribute disadvantage damage. For every skill used by the hero, heals 50% of the damage dealt. So you heal off 50% of the damage you do plus your lifesteal, so you probably like just heal to full every time. And then you have the hero always inflicts attribute advantage damage, so you'll always be super effective against the opponent. So if there's a green unit, you'll be red. If it's a blue unit, you'll be green. If it's a green unit, you'll be red. I already said that. If you're a red unit, you'll be blue, that one. And then if it's a dark unit, you'd have to like emulate light probably, right? Because they're going to be super effective against each other, I assume. And that'd be really cool. Now I don't know how this would work if you have 2 Shions, because she doesn't receive attribute disadvantage damage. So if she like, let's say she's a blue unit, if a green unit attacks her, it's neutral damage. There won't be an arrow up or down. It'd just be neutral, like white damage. So if you have a Shion attacking another Shion and they're always attribute advantage, but they don't receive attribute advantage, then what's the, how does that work? Anyway, that's really cool though. That passive is pretty cool. And then she had Power Strike, and then she had an AoE Bleed card. Now the AoE Bleed card, if you look at it from Galland, because Galland has it and Hendrickson has it too, but let's go to Galland. Galland has it, and the card, it's not that great. It's actually slept on because I use Galland a lot, right? And this card actually does do decent amount of damage at times. So I don't think it's super bad, especially if she's always super effective. Like the damage will rack up. So this is pretty good. And she just has Coin Shop King's ultimate, like the shatter to all enemies, right? Whatever. It's pretty good, but it's like nothing crazy. It would at 6/6 definitely eat everyone though. 420, that's 1/6 though, because it's 6/6 is like 600, I think. Like 600 something, 670, I think. Let's see. At 720, damn. Okay, yeah. But, oh wait, that's with the thing, and 630 if you don't have the Fate link, and I don't think they'll have Fates. They did give, actually interesting thing, Rimuru actually has a Fate ultimate with Meliodas, a combined ultimate, right? So maybe they'll do that again, probably not though, because they're lazy, but anyway, Shion, that's Shion out the way. Let's talk about Veldora now. The other unit didn't make it, but I think this is what, well, I think this is like more so, like this could be Shuna's kit, sort of like a changed version of this, but I don't think so actually. So he's also unknown, because he's a dragon, don't have them in Grand Cross in 70 cents, so The hero is unaffected by skill effects, including ultimate moves. In addition, increase all allies' damage dealt by 10% to every skill with skill effects. We're passive, but the unaffected by skill effects, that's really good. If Loliman does her AoE, you wouldn't have infect. If Bond did his AoE, the detonate wouldn't proc on you, right? Like, they'd be disabled against you. That's really, really strong. And then Veldor's blessing, so he has a grace of swords. So if you've watched Slime, you know that like Veldora like resides in Rimuru, sorta. So, and makes Rimuru stronger because he named him. Well, it's mainly just because he named him. But anyway, so if he's a link to a Slime unit, they'd get 25% of the basic stats, which would be broken. Like right now, a link at 6/6 gives you 10%. And this would give you 25% plus probably the 10% from 6/6, so 35%. Or if you only have him 1/6, then still 30% of his stats. So that would be stupid. So that's why that's probably not going to happen. And then his skill 1 is Bond's AoE, the detonate that scales with HP. And his skill 2 taunts enemies and increases HP stats by 60%. So this is a really good combo. And then his ultimate is this ultimate. It's MK2 Valenti's ultimate. So let's look at MK2 Valenti. MK2 Valenti's ultimate is increases damage dealt by 50% and decreases damage taken by 50% for 3 turns, and then does big damage, right? It's the same thing. A really, really strong ultimate, by the way. So he'd be really, really strong. And you could definitely build like a fully like HP oriented team around him. But let's move on. We have Demon Lord Rimuru now. Race unknown. Oh, interesting. Well, he should be. But for every demon ally in battle, decreases HP stats and defense stats of all enemies by 6%. And for every unknown ally in battle, decreases attack stats of all enemies by 6%. Or attack related stats, I assume. In addition, the hero is also of demon race. So he's like Sigurd. Demon and unknown. And he if you'd probably just run full demon with him, because it decreasing the HP and defense related stats by like 18% would be so good, right? And then you'd still do the 6% attack because he's unknown and demon. So you do 6% attack related stats and then 18% HP and defense related stats, which is really good, right? Really, really good. You run that with like death piece in the back pretty much, and you just it's like half their crit resistance and thingy is gone. Or they're at 0 if they're like an older unit. So this is really good, the passive. Now, Demon Race is interesting because Assault Melee, oh my god, Assault Melee. We have to make Assault Melee good. His skill 1 is rank up. It's just the actual rank up skill, right? It's the same thing. It's just that this is the rank 3 version, that's why it gives the... Oh wait, no. Oh, it's different. No, this is the rank 3 still. But increases skill rank of all allies and increase HP related stats by 20% for 3 turns. It's not just all base stats. Oh wait, this is better. HP related stats? Actually, HP related, that's just like lifestealing HP pretty much. All the other stuff is like useless. That'd be good for PvE though. That'd be really good for like Deer. And the future ones. But still really good, right? Rank up is still broken. Like we all agreed that we can't give rank up to another character that isn't Gother, because if we have 2 different characters with rank up, then you double rank up someone turn 1 and they're rank 3s and then they go crazy. So let's not do that. Like you just run King with Gother and Rimuru, and then you just double AoE and they'd be dead. Oh, you like rank 3, like you double rank up, and then like do one of his like AoEs for the shield, and the next turn you kill pretty much with the other one. And then his skill 2 is inflicts damage equal to 250% of attack on all enemies and depletes 3 ultimate move gauge orbs. In addition, increases the hero's ultimate move gauge by the number of orbs depleted from the enemy's ultimate move gauge by the hero. That's the same thing as Hulk and Oslo, but it's their card. Yeah, this one does the damage, depletes 3 ultimate gauge, same thing as this. Where is it? 250% depletes 3 ultimate gauge, but then they just that skill just has this passive on it as well. So that's kind of nuts. That is kind of strong. Now these are also just like early drafts, right? Because obviously we would have had this collab a lot earlier if they already knew what like type of movesets. This was probably just like their ideas that they put in the game. Maybe it's just another thing where they just put fake stuff in the game just to trick us. Ever since they found out we data mine everything. And then ultimate inflicts, it's just Abyss, and Abyss is broken. We all know that. So that's it. That's Rimuru. Now for Shuna, I think they're gonna take Shuna versus Adoman, because that's pretty much the only time she really fought. And I can't really post anything, but like, it showed us like too much. I have to do this, I think, to not get killed by Shueisha or whatever, or Toei. I don't know which one that they're under. Same thing. Anyway, she fights him, right? She does big damage. She ignores his. He does this disintegration thing, right? He has all these circles and chains around her, and then she's like, oh, overdrive, and then she kills him. Well, she doesn't kill him, but she like purifies him, and that's pretty much what happens. Now they could also use the Shuna from when they protected the city with Muran, and they put up a big shield, and they just make her a defensive unit with like some like thought of skill. But I hope not. I hope they actually make her a like genuine DPS, because that'd be pretty cool to see. And I think that's it. I'm gonna assume, well, maybe Valdoran stuff will be a boss fight, or we'll have like a Charybdis boss fight of some sorts. Last time we had the Ifrit boss fight, right, the raid. Maybe this time we get Charybdis. Maybe they'll just rerun Ifrit, right, who knows. But I'm looking forward to this. That's why I'm making these videos. I have a funny little video idea planned as well. But that's gonna be it from me today. No PvP video. I just wanted to talk a little bit. Let me know what you hope they do. Let me know if you want these kits to be real, or if you're like, oh, I hope they actually change them. But these were in the game. These were data mined. So yeah, that's gonna be it from me though. I hope you guys enjoyed. Good job.